I'll hand it off now to Mrs. Hoppy for an update on the iPad piece, and she's going to briefly update you on the 4K meeting that she attended over in Burlington and any other C9 kids.
All right, we'll start with the visit to the Burlington School District 4K meeting. Just a few highlights that I have noted are following. 93% of the school districts in Wisconsin have a 4K program. The Burlington School District's scores on PALS, I learned at that meeting, are lower than ours. Our scores are quite high in the PALS area, 96 percentile at the end of the year. The level of programming for 4K in the surrounding districts, 89% in Kenosha of the schools have 4K, while 11% don't. Racine, 70% have 4K programs, 30% do not. Walworth, 93% have 4K programs, and 7% do not. Some of the things that were said at the meeting: 4K would guarantee access to all students to ensure a common preschool experience and provide a solid foundation for future school success. There's a lot of variance and discussion about the different 4K research out there, and depending upon the scope and size of the study, the demographics of the students, the types and qualities of programming, and the different levels of funding were all influences on that research. So in my mind, 4K is something that a community or a school district needs to determine whether or not they feel they should have a 4K program, because the research is quite a big variety between the research depending upon the students. One thing that was said is that if all children go to 4K, then they'll all be on the same playing field. I don't believe that, because children come from all different kinds of backgrounds, so never all be on the same playing field, and that's just a positive of public education, that we have to differentiate for the variety of students we have. The information shared at the Burlington School District, they commented several times that the student numbers and the budget estimations were just estimations, because they were just looking at the 4K costs, not the whole impact on the school district costs, from my understanding of what the finance person who spoke talked about. They're only going to bus the students that are currently in the busing areas, and they're going to use, it sounds like they're going to use Model 1 and Model 3. Model 1 is the programs in the community, run by the community, the centers, and then in the middle is run by the centers, but the teachers paid from the district, and then the third is that the programs are in the school and paid by the school district. And that the current administration can handle the coordination. A couple of key points which are true is that, for us, if we consider that the teachers do need to be certified. Some of the people who spoke might be teaching preschool and not be certified preschool teachers. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're not doing a great job. And so there was a variety of programs that were involved in the discussions and some that were not involved. So it really did another job of looking at all the positives as well as looking at the controversial issues. That's my update from the visit there.
Any comments on their estimates of costs?
I don't have that right with me, but my comment on estimates?
Yeah, when the email that I received said that there was an initial extra dollars that were available, and so the first year was good, but then the second year and afterwards, there would be an additional cost to the district for having 4K. It's not a free, it's not a wash, it's a cost.
Right, and depending on the numbers and the other influences on programming is what they said at the meeting. A couple other notes. We did have some phonological awareness training last week with kindergarten and first grade teachers. That was provided free by the PALS which we're using as our testing in the state of Wisconsin. So the organization provided 1 free day of training, and so I orchestrated that and invited the feeder schools. So we also had some teachers from Drought join our session. So that was nice. New teachers had a half day of professional development, so they had time to reflect, think, and ask questions about some of the key things that they're working on, especially in reference to feedback, and a lot of questions about educator effectiveness and how that impacts PI 34 and their PDPs for licensures, because there's a lot of things going on that the new teachers have to do to continue with their licensure. And then the Smarter Balance pilot, we do have students at each of the 4 schools who will be piloting the Smarter Balance assessment, and that will be in March and April. Evergreen 3rd grade and 6th grade math students, Fox River 8th grade math students, Trailside 4th grade and 6th grade math, 5th grade ELA, and then Woodfield 3rd grade and 6th grade math. So we're working heavily to prepare for that. Kat is working on the technology, and the principals in communication, and teachers preparing. So that'll help us next spring when the test really takes its first count.